Once upon a time, there was a little girl, and all she wanted was to be a mommy. Hey everybody, welcome back to Mama and Her Cookies. I am Micah, and today I'm sharing my story about my pregnancy. It's not this book, this is just a random book, but I could be this thick. I have a lot of things to say, and the true thing is, I've wanted babies since forever. I have a memory, or a photo maybe. There's a photo of me at 5 years old with a little baby doll stuck up my shirt, and I came downstairs to show everybody. I was so proud that I was nursing my little baby doll. So to say that I've wanted babies for forever is not an exaggeration. When my husband Devin and I got married about 4.5 years ago, we were still in college and we decided that we wanted to hold off on having babies until post-graduation, at least for me. And let me tell you what, as soon as we graduated, I was ready for kids. I applied to a job that I thought this will be a perfect pregnancy job because I was certain that we were going to have children within the next 10 months. Unfortunately, that is not what happened. Over the next couple of months, I went through a series of health challenges, everything from hormonal disorders to a diagnosis of an autoimmune hypothyroidism to finding out actually that I had cancer. If you're interested, I'll talk more about all of my health challenges in a different video, but that is not the point of this video today. So needless to say, through all of that, we were actively preventing pregnancy. As soon as everything was cleared up and we got the okay from the doctor, we started trying again. I was so ready at this point to have babies. At that point, we'd been married almost 3 years. We tried for several months with no success until we decided, you know what? It's probably just not our time right now. I hesitate to over-identify with infertility because everybody's journey looks so different, and I felt like because of my health struggles, it felt a little bit different. But there were definitely times where I would just cry and cry that I wanted a baby and it still wasn't happening. So we decided to stop trying and we made plans to travel the world because why not? We decided that the whole time we were traveling, we wouldn't worry a bit about trying to have kids, and that when we came back in like a year, 2 years, 5 years, we could address the issues then and maybe even consider adoption. So amidst the height of lockdowns, we decided we were going to travel Asia for an entire year full time. We were so excited until about November when everything was still closed. So we quickly changed plans. We decided to do a road trip around the United States for a year. P.S. that worked. Go check out Devrin's channel to see all of our awesome travels from this year. But backing up a little bit to November, I was so excited because my health was really coming under my control again. My cycles had started regulating again. Things were just feeling a little bit more normal. And then I had another cycle that lasted a really long time. Now, it was not abnormal in the past for me to have like 43-day cycles just randomly thrown into where, I don't know. I kept Devin in the loop, and at like 43 or 45 days into my cycle, he suggested that I take a test. I did not want to take a test, you guys. I did not want to see another negative sign on another pregnancy test, and also I was sure I was not pregnant. I knew all of the symptoms, all of the signs. I had tender breasts, I was feeling really irritable. I knew this was just PMS. Okay, it turns out the symptoms of early pregnancy are the same as PMS. What the heck? Who came up with this? Well, in the first week of December, we had a trip planned to Mexico. I was so excited, and Devin convinced me I needed to take a test before we left for Mexico. So on Saturday, December the 5th, early in the morning, right before our workout, I took that pregnancy test. And you know you're supposed to wait like 5 minutes or whatever for the results to be like verifiable. Well, as soon as the urine hit that stick, I could see 2 lines showing up. So I put it down and I walked out of the room really quickly. Never knew that I was taking it, and so we set a timer, and when we came back, it was as clear as day, a very positive pregnancy test. We both looked at each other a little bit like,
how did this happen?
and kind of, I think we gave each other a hug, and then Devin said,
let's go to the gym.
So we went to the gym and spent the rest of the day talking about how all of this would change. The next morning, we hopped on a flight and enjoyed our time in Mexico. Go check out the videos on Devrin's channel of Mexico. It was awesome. Now, we had already purchased a conversion van for this trip, made all of the plans for this trip. Plus, this was the second trip that we had planned. We were not about to cancel it. We continued on with plans for this trip and figured, well, somewhere in there we'll have a baby, right? We decided we wanted to give birth here in Utah, mainly so that in the recovery days postpartum, Devin would not lose his mind with nothing to do.
Sorry, Texas, you're a little boring in August.
And there are so many things to do here. In that first trimester, except for the tender breast that I already mentioned, I had essentially no symptoms. No fatigue, no morning sickness. There was maybe once or twice in Mexico where I think I overate. And now anytime that I see a mushroom or an onion, Mexico comes back to my mind. And it is not a pleasant thought. I wasn't showing at all. I put on 1 pound in the entire first trimester. In fact, I didn't even feel pregnant at all. In the second trimester, I finally started showing barely. We came to Utah to find out the gender, and Devin had been so convinced that this baby was a boy that we've been calling this baby he since pretty much the beginning. In fact, all of the old In fact, all of the old wives' tales suggested that we were having a boy. Even I think the Chinese and the Mayan calendars, all of the things said that we were having a boy. So we showed up to the birthing center to get that ultrasound, and as soon as the ultrasound technician typed in girl on the screen, we both were like, what? Devin was sad for about 3 seconds, and then he got very excited. While we were watching the ultrasound screen, we actually saw her like spasm or kick, or actually it looked like a sneeze. And for the first time I realized the things that I'd been feeling that I thought were just like random body movements were actually my baby's body movements. It was the coolest. Overall, the second trimester felt just as amazing as the first trimester. I started my hypnobirthing course, which is linked down below if you want to check it out. It's amazing. Did lots and lots of reading. And other than some like occasional heartburn and a hemorrhoid, the second trimester was great. As we got into the third trimester, I was still feeling really, really good and still able to do all of the things that I've been doing before. In fact, it was during my third trimester, I think it was pretty far into my third trimester, that we hiked Angel's Landing, which is an amazing hike in Zions National Park. If you have not checked it out, you've got to go. It's so cool. Unfortunately, hemorrhoids came back with a vengeance, but here we are at 39 weeks. And for the most part, I'm still waiting for the part where everybody said,
just you wait.
why can't people just be happy for you? A couple weeks ago, we finished our trip, moved to an apartment, and now we're just prepping all the things for our little cookie when she's ready to come. So that is actually the short version of how we got here to our miracle pregnancy. We feel so blessed, so grateful, and also so ready for her to be here. Thanks for watching and have a balanced day.